One item I neglected to include in the agenda. My apologies for that, because I'm asked regularly if I want to add to the agenda, and I approved the agenda prior to the meeting, was a process for responding to public input. Normally, as we know, we don't get a lot of attendance at these meetings, but recently we have, and we really don't have a process in place for dealing with questions, concerns from the public. So I'd like to recommend a process, if I could, very simply, that we receive questions this evening on the next meeting's agenda under new business, or maybe it would be old business, considering we've already got the question, that we have a line for responding, deliberating, and responding to those questions. Again, we get emails, we respond, we get phone calls, we answer questions, but when we get public input, we really have no process in place. So I'd like to recommend, that's just a very simple, a simple item. Happy to.
So you want to expand on number 3, basically under the guidelines for the public comment and input? Give an advisement. Elaborate on that? Give more of a timeline, or who will be responding?
Well, I think we can't deliberate on items like this via email, or we've got to do it in public session. And right now, unless we do it immediately, and usually our agendas are pretty full, we don't have time to, if we need to prepare, we wouldn't have time to prepare. So this would give us time. We have questions this evening. We've got time to prepare for the next meeting, and then deliberate, and then give a formal answer, which may require a vote. Is this the way we want to go? Is this the way we want to go? Don't know. It depends on the.
I was trying to find the wording. Can you read that again? That section, number 3.
Oh, number 3. It says, questions for the school board will be taken under advisement and will be addressed as soon as possible in a manner deemed appropriate by the board.
Okay. By placing that as an agenda item every week, that makes it more official that we have that's the time when we deem appropriate to respond. So we could actually respond now, tonight, even if that was not as an agenda item. Correct. My understanding is that we deem it appropriate at this setting to respond to past questions. So we could actually do that without having a formal agenda item in there, but I think to make it more smoother that.
I think that way, if anyone is waiting for a response, they know that it's going to be, at the very least, deliberating. Maybe there's deliberation and action might be deferred to another meeting, but at least there'll be action taken.
So do you think that we need to change section 3 to say that we will deliberate under old business at our next meeting? Or just change our practice and not touch our guidelines yet?
Personally, I would leave 3 as is and add it to the agenda. We may not have any, but just have it as an ongoing line, and then any questions that we have can be included in the packets. So I believe we have a couple that are outstanding. We've received one tonight, so we'll have my count. Don't hold me to it, but I think there's probably three that we would have for at the very least deliberation at the next meeting. If we can act on them, then we do, and if we need more information, then we.
And also, if we can't act on them, they would sit under old business, so we wouldn't.
But at least
it would get shuffled in the busyness of life.
It's on the radar. We don't lose track of it, and we get back to the person who made the request. request.
I think that makes a fine idea, but my question is if we place that now, we then gonna have to wait another 2 weeks before we respond to a question that was posed 4 weeks ago, because we haven't found at this point deemed appropriate to respond. Can we respond, regardless of what we do, can we respond to something previously from 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago now, or do we will have to wait again?
I would say we, at the very least, we can deliberate.
Tonight? On
Yeah.
some, okay, good, that's all I just wanted to make sure, okay. So I would like move that we place that as an agenda item, so we can, when we deem it appropriate, to respond, so there's my motion to place it on the agenda, as an agenda item.
You got a motion? You got a second? Further discussion? Okay, all those in favor of adding a agenda item for responding to public comment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Well, that's where we've received, already received the comment. Would it be considered old